What if the laws of war are not a limit on atrocity but a permission slip for it? This is not a fringe argument. It is the position of legal scholars, pacifists, and surprisingly, some of the architects of international humanitarian law itself. Jean Pictet, head of the ICRC's legal commission during the drafting of the 1949 Geneva Conventions, wrote that the attempt to outlaw war and codify its conduct simultaneously led to what he called the unexpected resurgence of the antique myth of the just war, which caused so much evil in the past. His concern was that the moment you draw a line around acceptable killing, you legitimize everything on the inside of that line. The documented record supports this concern. The Allied firebombing of Dresden in February 1945, carried out by 772 RAF bombers and 527 USAF bombers, dropping nearly 4,000 tons of explosives on a civilian center, is still actively debated by historians as a potential war crime committed by the winning side of a war almost universally described as the most justified in modern history. The Tokyo firebombing of March 1945 killed an estimated 80,000 to 100,000 civilians in a single night. Legal scholars today describe these as sitting in a gray zone that just war theory's framework of proportionality and discrimination cannot cleanly resolve. From a pacifist tradition rooted in Tolstoy and extended by contemporary scholars, the argument is direct. War is not a category that can be made ethical by adding rules. The rules become the frame that makes atrocity legible as something other than atrocity. From a decolonial legal perspective, scholar Jessica White's work published in Humanity Journal shows that the Western states who championed humanitarian law at the 1974 ICRC diplomatic conference were simultaneously running colonial wars in which those same laws were suspended. The law applied to wars between comparable powers. Other wars operated under other rules. From a realist international law standpoint, Carl Schmitt argued that declaring a war just transforms the enemy from an opponent into a criminal, which removes the restraints that normally limit conflict. A criminal cannot be negotiated with. A criminal must be eliminated. The moral justification for the war becomes the justification for its most extreme conduct. From a traditional just war ethics perspective, Michael Walzer's Just and Unjust Wars from 1977 remains the most rigorous defense of the framework, arguing that the alternative, no rules at all, produces worse outcomes. The question is not whether perfect war is possible, but whether constrained war is better than unconstrained war. So here's the question nobody in your history class asked. If the most justified war in living memory produced events that historians still debate as war crimes, what does that tell us about the framework we use to call any war just in the first place?